Mm-hmm.
Yo, we are rolling. This is Rear Naked Chat. We are talking about The Ultimate Fighter Season 16, Episode 6.
Yep.
Roy Nelson versus Shane Carwin. And we pick up right where we left off last week with Dana White not happy.
Oh yeah, he was not happy about that. What, man? I don't want to see him fight another round. The guy was boring anyway.
True, it was a shit fight. It should have gone a third round though.
Yeah.
But they also spared us a bit of fucking boredom.
Yeah.
So less said about that, the better, really.
But Roy's reaction to it, the loss, is so negative. I've been saying this every week. He's just the most negative person ever.
Do you think there's a bit of a vibe coming from him where he's like, well, I've made it, and you lot haven't, so he's almost like, you guys are all shit.
I think it's more basic.
I'm going to tell you that you're shit until you stop being shit.
No, I think it's more basic than that.
Even more basic than that?
Yeah, he's just a terrible coach. He's just a terrible coach, and he's got an incredibly strong chin. He's not even that good a fighter necessarily.
He knows his shit though. He knows what he's talking about. He knows MMA, but he just doesn't know how to get that information from his brain to his fighters.
The fundamental thing is he's very lazy.
Lazy and quite negative as well.
And he can be lazy when you've got a chin like that.
True, and a belly like that. That says it all about his work ethic, I think. But yeah, I don't think his fighters really appreciate his attitude. Was the feeling I was getting.
Yeah.
It seemed all a bit disgruntled. But anyway, enough of that excitement.
Yeah.
Back to the house where it was
getting really exciting in the house.
Wasn't it? Oh, yeah.
The chicken incident.
Yeah, I mean, we've made no secret of our opinions of this season compared to the Smashes, which is going on at the same time, UK versus Australia. And I have to say, this is such a boring season compared to that one.
It is.
Because I feel like I've just seen all this shit before.
Yeah,
from TUF.
And it doesn't feel honest as well. It's like, but anyone by season 16 shouldn't still be acting like they have done in previous seasons.
Yes.
Like, when I say acting, I mean acting the fool.
Yeah. They shouldn't be, but obviously, when somebody does act that way, then you know straight away it reveals they're there because they want to be on TV. Because they're acting up for being on TV.
But
speaking of which, so Julian Lane and Carlton Smith ate somebody's chicken that had been marinating all day long, and poor old Michael Hill got the blame, which he wasn't very happy about. That's what I could tell. It seemed like one of those situations where
it's happened before. The wrong guy gets blamed in the house,
but it's a guy who's like, right, I've got a green light now to kick off.
Who Michael Hill has.
Yeah. Like, I've done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So therefore, I'm well within my rights now to switch on somebody.
Yeah. Because he's one of those guys who goes through life with that attitude of, I wish somebody would.
Yeah. Exactly. And especially because I think he's one of the more serious guys in the house. But there's quite a few clowns, and you could tell straight away they're already pissing him off. With their antics. I just realised your mic's not plugged in, so I hope that hasn't fucked up the sound.
Of course it has.
Nah, you'd be right.
We've already heard it through.
Mic on the computer. Technical issues, people. With new format, we're trying to figure it out.
Okay.
In fact, we might be back.
Right, there's a chance that
you didn't hear any of that.
You didn't hear anything I said.
Yeah, I think that mic on the computer is pretty good at picking it up.
We're just going to go with it, yeah?
We're just going to keep rolling. That's how we do it here.
Right. Yeah. If that has happened, we're sorry.
Yeah, we'll put some subtitles on or something.
No,
we won't. Lip read. So yeah, and then Michael. I wasn't quite sure how Matt Secor got involved, but there was a bit of
like it's hard to pay attention to this stuff because I really don't care. I hate to say this on a recap of the Ultimate Fighter Season 16, but it's very hard to care about what's going on in the house.
But yeah, it's kind of like Julian and Colton ate the chicken. Michael Hill got blamed. Oh, was he blamed by Matt Secor?
Probably.
Must have been, yeah.
But it's happened before, and what always surprises me is the people this situation could have been easily fixed by just a few people who actually done the chicken thing. If they just stepped up and said, "Look, don't worry, I did it."
Well, yeah, there was
but they never do that.
They never do that. No, no, they didn't. No, they pussied out
because it just goes from 0 to 100, and like the guy is just going mental.
Yeah, exactly. But like I say, wasn't much to report really. It's just a lot of squaring up to each other.
I like how it still carried on the next day though. In the weigh-in or the fight announcement, wherever it was. Remember they were sitting on the bench and he's calling him out.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he said the word chicken. If that was still like, because it felt like the chicken had become his entire motivation
for the fight,
for winning in that fight.
Maybe, but unfortunately, Shane Carwin could have picked up on that and then selected what would have been a really exciting fight if they were really trying to fuck each other up.
Yeah.
But instead, in typical Carwin fashion, he went by the numbers and selected Eddie Ellis to fight Colton Smith. Eddie Ellis, just experience, that's all you can really say about him.
Well, no, last night when we were watching it, we were commenting how he's like a mini Shane Carwin. Like, he couldn't represent Team Carwin any better with this guy, because in his backstory, it was like, I saw this fighting thing once, so I tried it and I liked it. And my wife likes me, and that was it. Yeah, that was his whole backstory.
No frills, no fucking interest of any kind. Like you say, perfect Team Carwin representative.
Yeah. Whereas the other guy, fucking Guile, Mr. Army. Army.
Do you think there's a little degree of this being on a Fox channel, which is very...
Okay, trying to brainwash the kids.
Yeah, it's very sort of... right-wing channel, are they really push, because this guy's in the army, are they really pushing? Because I must have heard the word military about 40 times in about 5 minutes. He was bigging up the army, and if you lined up 100 different guys and said, pick which one of these guys is in the military, I think I'd go for Colton Smith immediately. He just lives up to that stereotype. But I think it's, I don't know, it's helped him be successful, really.
It has,
He's a tough motherfucker, I'll give him that. Holy shit. Because he took some licks in that first round.
Yeah. And what I liked about just before the fight was like the difference in the coaching styles between the two.
Right.
Like, because Eddie Ellis's training was like very kind of precise. They had a game plan. Everyone was chipping in.
That's
right. He was getting help from all over the place.
That's right. Yeah, Elliot Marshall with the jiu-jitsu.
Teaching him certain things.
Yeah, filling the holes that he had in his game.
And then, like, what did Colton kind of? It looked like they were trying to teach him kicks, like a front kick.
Well, it started with Roy Nelson doing a bit of a speech about you've got superior grappling, you've got to take him down, you're a wrestler. Because that's the other thing, Colton's been wrestling since he was like 4 years old. Blah, blah, blah. You got him on the wrestling. Cut to him making Colton just repeatedly practice front kicks.
Yeah. Which he was so uncomfortable with.
He didn't like it, did he? Again, a bit more dissent in the Nelson camp. I guess the point might be, look, you're wrestling so good.
Try and learn something else.
Learn some kicks, because, there's a bit more to this. But
I think Colton Smith needs to question himself for if he's having a bit of trouble with something. The last person you want to go to is Julian Lane for advice. He just tells him something typically like, you got to do you, man. You got to do you.
I think that was exactly what he said. Yeah, that was his advice. It's like, wow, fair enough. Well, I mean, in the end, it worked for him, really.
Well, not the front kick.
No, doing him.
Yeah.
Fair enough to Julian Lane. He might be a better coach than Roy Nelson, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, the first round was Eddie, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty clear.
Colton took some fucking licks.
Yeah, he rocked him a couple of times. There was an elbow, there was a punch that both stunned him, had him rolling around. But
one of them sort of dropped him on one knee, I think, and he kind of bounced back up again. Man, he took a beat down. I almost thought he wasn't going to make it out of the first round. He was in a bad way. So much so to the point of in between rounds. In fact, I'd love it if they'd cut it a bit differently. Where before the fight, Roy Nelson's like, well, he's a military guy through and through. So at the very least, I know he's going to listen.
Yeah.
And then cut to in between rounds, Roy Nelson giving him this whole second round game plan, and then just going, huh? What did he say? Say again?
Yeah.
Say again?
Like, tell me again.
That was it. And Roy Nelson just... We got about 3 seconds.
3 and go.
Yeah. But it didn't seem to matter really.
Yeah, because what? He just took him down.
And just pounded.
Literally in the first 10 seconds, and just the shortest elbows you've ever seen.
Yeah, he looked like a little mini Matt Hughes, man. He
it's true.
Get side control. He had for a while.
Stayed there.
The only thing watching was I didn't think he threw enough knees to the body when he had side control.
Yeah. You don't see that enough.
Because Eddie was turtling.
Yeah.
It's like just a few knees to the organs, mate.
And then the arms come down.
Arms are coming down. And then he bizarrely got stood up by Dean. Didn't quite get that.
Yeah. I can see why they done it, but I don't think he would have done it if it was a pay-per-view event.
Yeah.
Because you can't really stand. I mean, he's doing the absolute minimum, which is completely fine for just being on top.
But he might be like me, where he's just sick of these Ultimate Fighter fights where they're just either dirty boxing up against the cage or just lying on top of each other on the floor.
Yeah.
So the second there wasn't any ground and pound action, he was like, fuck it, get up. But it actually worked out for Colton.
It did, yeah, because he stood up. He looked a bit wobbly first, just a little bit, but then just landed with his shot.
Yeah.
And then I think he looked like he was basically knocked out.
He looked like a tree goat. In fact, if the cage wasn't there, he'd gone down. He literally bounced off the cage.
Yeah.
And then time ran out, so
that's fair enough, isn't it? 10-8 round?
It was a clear round for Colton. I don't know if I'd have gone as far as 10-8 though.
See, this is the weird thing. Dana made the comment that like 10-8's been given out, like, I don't know what analogy he used.
Yeah.
Are they being given out a bit too easily? I don't know.
I think so.
In boxing, it hardly ever happens.
Oh, it happens. But in boxing, you got 12 rounds, so he evens himself out.
A 10-8 round in MMA in a 2-round fight. Fucking hell.
I mean, I wonder if the judges are almost aware that it's a 2-round fight, so they're kind of a bit more keen to give a 10-8. It's 2 weeks in a row, isn't it?
One of the judges is just signed up for some class. Like, he's just signed up for salsa with the missus, and he just cannot be staying. He's just overlapped by 10 minutes, so we're going to see this throughout the rest of the season.
I've got to go. Oh, I thought you meant as a judge. He was like, he's going to night school for judges.
Right.
This is his assignment. His assignment is to judge a professional MMA match. He probably had somewhere to be. Fuck it, 10-8. But you could argue it was 10-8. I could see that.
Yeah.
But
just that last punch, I think. That
last
punch
what did
tipped it.
I think that's what did it.
Because they're already thinking 10-8. I was thinking 10-8. And then when that punch lands, it's like, yeah, alright, fuck it.
Fair enough then.
So that's...
Dana wasn't happy though.
Yeah, again.
But that's about it. And then, another thing I noticed, actually, this was what tipped me off about, are they really pushing this military thing? Because in the post-fight interviews, usually you'll see the guy after they've had treatment, so they'll have like butterfly stitches on the eye, or a bandage on the nose. They'll have clean. They'll have had a shower, clean shirt.
Yeah.
Colton, no shirt, blood pouring down the side of his head. Almost looked like a Rambo headband.
Yeah, he looked like Rambo. He looked like Rambo.
I was like, what's going on here? And then cut to Eddie Ellis, shirt,
normal,
showers. Yeah, so it's like I think they're trying to push an agenda here a little bit.
Fox, we're on to you.
we got your number, so we'll see. We'll see how this works out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, we'll also see whether Roy's. I just can't. I want to fast forward now. I want to get through all the bullshit, get to the last episode, and see what the fuck has Roy done. Like the team, there's going to be no team left.
In fact, I think the teaser was the teaser next week where Dana White says this is the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. He almost walks out. So we'll look forward to that. In fact, if it wasn't for Roy Nelson, I would be struggling to watch this season.
Can you imagine if it was just another straight guy like Carwin? Just two straight guys. Oh god.
Like Carwin and Cain Velasquez.
Oh god.
And Roy, it's not even like his personality. I'm more like, I can't wait to see how far he's going to push this laziness thing as a coach.
Do you remember in the fight when they showed a clip of Nate Marquardt coaching?
Yes.
Because he's so dull.
Yeah, on the coach cam.
On the coach cam, they don't even show fucking Shane Carwin. They just show Nate Marquardt instead.
Yeah, brilliant. So that wraps it up this week. Yeah, Rear Naked Chat. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for comments.
All of that shit. I know nobody really watches these.
Yeah, because it's shit season. So.
But if you have happened to tune into this,
Farrell Man,
big up yourself. Check out our Smashes reviews because that's where it's all happening.
That's
mate.
where it's at.
That's where
party's at.
Yeah, that's what the people want. So we're going to give it to them. Rear Naked Chat on Twitter. you know what this is all about.
Yeah, later.
Peace and love, bitches. Yeah.